Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We have started the series in which we are going to learn vocabulary. We have to learn vocabulary and increase our capacity and knowledge about vocabulary. Because CSS and PMS is one of the most prolific exams in Pakistan. It offers you a very high designations, respected ranks to a candidate. Most often, we have heard that mostly people face problems of writing in English perfectly. Either they don't have the knowledge of grammar or they don't have a proper words to use. So for learning English, you have to visit our previous videos in which we have started the lecture series of learning grammars, in which we are elaborating each and everything with a minute explanation of every part of speech and sentences, tense, its different uses, clauses, phrases. So you have to go to the channel and watch all the video if you want to get good command on English language and its writing. The second most important part for the CSS and PMS is that you have to increase your vocabulary knowledge. Repetition cannot be liked by the examiners. Examiners don't like repetition. If you repeat a word for twice, thrice in your sentence or in your paragraph, it will deduct your marks. In order to save your marks and increase the chance of getting high marks in your essay writing, you have to learn vocabulary. In this lecture, we are going to learn some basic vocabulary and some advanced level vocabulary in a most easiest way. So keep with us and watch this video till the end. The first word we have in this lecture series, nonchalant. Nonchalant in Urdu we call it ठंडे मिजाज का आदमी. ठंडे मिजाज का आदमी, when nothing can change your feeling, behaving in a calm manner, showing that you are not worried or afraid, carefree or careless, लापरवाह, बेबाक इंसान जिसको हम कहते हैं. So nonchalant is an adjective which we use in order to explain noun. So we use nonchalant for a person, for a man, for a woman, for a thing, for anyone. According to the rules of the sentence, according to the need of the word, we can use this word in our sentence. Nonchalant. Nonchalant means ठंडे मिजाज का. Behaving in a calm manner, showing that you are not worried or afraid. ये दिखाता है कि आप परेशान नहीं हो या आप खौफज़दा नहीं हो, केयरफ्री हो, केयरलेस हो, लापरवाह हो. We have some examples in which we are going to use this word nonchalant. The first one is surprisingly. The woman was nonchalant about her husband's death. About her husband's death. Was nonchalant. क्या था? Nonchalant. It is used as an adjective here in this sentence. The woman was nonchalant. Which kind of a woman? Nonchalant. The good girls found the boy's nonchalant attitude. Here the word nonchalant is modifying the attitude. Attitude is a noun, and a noun is being modified by the adjective nonchalant. The careless attitude of a boy, the carefree attitude of the boy, the attitude in which the boy cannot be seen that he is worried or frightened. So this kind of attitude is appealing to the girls. So this is a nonchalant. Attitude is a attitude. So attitude is noun and is modified by nonchalant. The third example we have, although The young doctor was upset about his patient dying. He tried to remain nonchalant, he tried to remain careless, he tried to remain carefree, he tried to remain not to worry, he tried to remain not to think about, no, he tried to remain that he is not worried about anything. So nonchalant in front of the medical team. In front of the medical team, remain nonchalant. वो nonchalant ही रहा किसके सामने? उसके medical team के सामने. So these three example we have used this nonchalant, the adjective in these three sentences. Nonchalance, we can use it as a noun as well, and noun is the things that can be used as a subject and as an object of preposition, and as a complement in your sentence. So it can be used as a noun, nonchalance, nonchalantly. It can also be used as an adverb. So you can, it depend on your sentence how you use it in your own sentence. There are the third one example, the fourth one I didn't give the number, but one of the biggest reason of spreading COVID is the nonchalant attitude of the people. Nonchalant attitude of the people, careless attitude of the people, and this is the biggest reason of the spreading the COVID. So all these are the example of nonchalant. We have some synonyms of it. We have some similar words for it, like complacent. Complacent means it is a word like we are using it for self-satisfied person, for self-approving person, and disinterested, the person who does not take interest in anything. And the third was incurious. Incurious is a person who are not curious about anything, who is careless, who is carefree, showing a lack of interest, a lack of concern, a lack of curiosity. Insouciant is also a person and who shows a lack of concern, a lack of interest in anything. So this is the word we have learned today, the nonchalant. You can use it in your sentence and make your sentence more attractive. Then we have like so many other words to use in our sentence instead of we use nonchalant, but once you use this word in your sentence, it's look more attractive. It's look as if you have a very good command on the knowledge. And remember one thing, in order to impress your examiner, you have to get command on the English. You have to get command on the English writing and its different aspect, whether it is its structure or knowledge or vocabulary and anything, phrases, clauses, anything that is come in the definition of the English. You have to get a good command on it, and this is the only and the easiest way to pass a CSS or PMS exam. If you have a knowledge, if you have so many knowledge, but you do not have skills to convey, to write anything in a perfect manner, how will you understand your reader, your examiner? How will you impress your examiner, your readers, or anyone who is reading your text, who is reading your writing? No, he cannot be impressed by your knowledge if you do not have a proper mean of transferring your knowledge to the person who are reading your writing. So keep the third word we have in our list is a subterfuge. Subterfuge is a noun which means that something intended to be misrepresent the true nature of an activity. Bahana banana, ghazza pesh karna, a trick, a dishonest way of achieving something. To achieve something by the trick, by deceiving someone, by deception, धोखे को कहना, धोखा देना, by subterfuge, trick, cheating and tricking someone. We have a few examples for it. It was clear that they must have obtained the information by the subterfuge. He wasn't sick. It was just a subterfuge. He wasn't sick. It was just a subterfuge. Journalists often use subterfuge to obtain material for story. Subterfuge, it achieves something by dishonesty or through some tricky way. So you, when you are trying to use some other ways, some tricky way, when you are try to sneak in someone room and to get something, some information, something out of the room, so you are trying to subterfuge. He seems very amused by the subterfuge. Soon they would be together forever. The subterfuge and deceit. Subterfuge and deceit almost have the same meaning. There are slightly in the difference between both of the words. Her talent for subterfuge lay hidden behind her sweet and serene smile. It was clear that they must have obtained the information by subterfuge. We have some common words, similar words for subterfuge is deceit, धोखा देना. Deception is also धोखा, faraib, dishonesty and fraud. So all these words give you the same meaning. It is slightly different in nature, and you can use it in a different aspect, in a different context, but give you only the same meaning. Subterfuge, to get something, or to show, or to misrepresent something. किसी चीज़ को गलत पेश करना, गलत तस्वर देना, किसी चीज़ का गलत तस्वर पेश करना. To misrepresentation of doing of some information is called also a subterfuge. The other example we have in this list is the condone. Condone means to allow. Although you do not want to allow someone, but still you give you permission to something to do it or to allow it very reluctantly. So when you do not want to allow something but still you allow it, it means that you are condoning it. To accept or allow behavior that is wrong. To accept something, some wrong behavior, to allow some wrong behavior that you do not want to allow it, but still you have, because of some pressure or some things, or because of the force or compelling or anything, you give permission or you accept it. So it means that you are condoning it. The state does not condone violence. He will not accept, the state will not accept violence. The state will not allow violence. So you are using condone in place of the allow or accept. The law does not condone the violations of other people's right. Do you condone his sin? Are you forgive? Are you forgive his sin? Condone mean forgiveness. माफ़ किया, क्या आपने उसकी गलती माफ़ की, गुनाह माफ़ किया आपने, क्या आपने उसका गुनाह माफ़ किया है? I will forgive you and condone everything. मैं आपको माफ़ कर दूँगा और मैं सबको condone कर दूँगा, सबको मैं permit भी कर दूँगा. Allowing and permission मतलब to give permission. The other words, the similar word we have for condoning is approve and ignore. Pardon. Pardon means forgive. Overlook, नज़रअंदाज करना, avoid करना. Overlook means avoid, avoiding something, avoid something. The report is a noun and which means in Urdu मेल जोल, ताल्लुक, जिसको हम मेल जोल ताल्लुक भी कहते हैं. A good understanding of someone, a good understanding of someone and ability to communicate well with them. A friendly nature, a friendly behavior, a friendly talk, a friendly harmonious relationship. When you are talking to someone in a more friendly way, so it means that you have a rapport relationship with him. If you are working with a company in a more friendly and a more harmonious way, and you are very happy with them, so it means there is some kind of a rapport between you and your organization, or some kind of relationship, a good relationship, or connection, or good connection, or affinity, something that might have between you and your organization, or might between you and your friend. And if you have a very good relationship when you have a good relationship with people, it means that you have a very good connection with people. There was rapport between two women. There was a little rapport between two women. मतलब दोनों में unfriendly behavior था. Little यहाँ पे negative sense में, जब आपके पास when you have only little is a negative word and it's mean almost not. It means that there was not a rapport, a relationship between these two women in an actual sense. But we had a real good rapport with the company. So it means that we have a good connection with the company, we have a good relationship with the company, the company we worked for, and so between us we have a very good rapport. there was a good rapport between tutor and learners. For example, there was a good rapport, there was good relationship connection between the students and the teachers, so she can quickly establish a good rapport with the children that she works with. As a happily married couple, my wife and I share a deep rapport, a deep connection, a relationship, a affinity, a sensitiveness. Like we are taking care of each other. We are thinking about each other. We have a very good and healthy relationship, a good relationship, a good connections. When you are giving respect to the other person and you receive the same amount of respect or more than you give the amount of respect from the other person, so this is called the rapport relationships. So we have these 5 words in our list for today lectures. I hope you have learned it something, and if you learn these 5 words, so it will give you a lot of help in describing someone personality, in describing something, in writing a very good description for something. So all these words give you, for example, there is a saying, if you start playing with words, words start playing with you. If you do not want to learn a new word, how would you use it? How would you can write a good paragraph or good essay if you don't have a stock of words? So in order to increase your stock of words, you have to learn words. So this video is only meant for to increase the knowledge of vocabulary, and I hope you would like it the video. And if you like it the video, please subscribe the channel and comment in the comment section if there is anything that you want to say to me, or that if you have any questions, so just ask me. I will try my best to answer your questions. Thank you, and so see you guys, see you my friends, my students, in my next video with you.